After the last appointment was supposed to be ordinary. That's what I told myself as I sat in the waiting room of Willow Creek Medical Center, staring at the soft blue walls and listening to the quiet hum of the air conditioner. I had been here dozens of times before. Same chair. Same magazine rack. Same calm nervousness twisting in my stomach. But today felt different. Dr. Emily Carter opened the door to her office and smiled at me, the same gentle, reassuring smile that had carried me through the hardest year of my life. "Come on in, Lily," she said. I stood, smoothing my sweater, and followed her inside. For 12 months, Emily had been my doctor. She had treated me after a car accident that left me with lingering pain and sleepless nights. She listened when I spoke, believed me when others didn't, and never rushed me out the door. Somewhere between the checkups and quiet conversations, she became more than just my doctor, she became my anchor. But neither of us ever crossed a line. Not once. "I small request for you, please like, comment, share, subscribe to channel." She sat across from me, reviewing my chart. "Your scans look good," she said, glancing up. "Mobility is back to normal. Pain levels are stable. I think this is it." My heart skipped. "This is it," I repeated. She nodded slowly. "You don't need follow-up care anymore. Today is officially your last appointment with me." Silence filled the room. I should have felt relieved. Instead, a strange ache settled in my chest. Emily noticed. She always noticed. "You okay?" she asked softly. I forced a smile. "Yeah, just weird, I guess. You've been such a big part of my life." She met my eyes, and for a brief moment, something flickered there, something unspoken. Then she leaned back in her chair, professional but warm. "I'm really proud of you, Lily," she said. "You did the hard work." I swallowed. "So did you." When the appointment ended, she stood and extended her hand. I shook it, feeling the familiar warmth of her skin. This time, though, she didn't let go immediately. "Well," she said, releasing my hand at last, "take care of yourself." I walked out of the clinic with a smile on my face and a heaviness in my heart. I told myself it was just gratitude, just attachment. Nothing more. 2 months passed. Life moved forward. I returned to work, reconnected with friends, and learned how to live without constant pain. But every so often, I thought of Emily, her calm voice, her quiet humor, the way she made the world feel less overwhelming. One rainy Saturday afternoon, I stopped at a small bookstore downtown. As I stepped inside, shaking rain from my umbrella, I heard a familiar laugh. I froze. At the cafe corner of the bookstore sat Emily Carter, dressed casually in jeans and a soft gray jacket, her hair pulled back loosely. She looked different, more relaxed, more real. She noticed me at the same moment. "Lily?" Her eyes widened. "Oh my God." I laughed nervously. "Hi, Dr. Carter." She smiled. "Emily, you don't have to call me doctor anymore." That simple sentence sent a warm rush through me. We talked about books, the rain, life after recovery. The conversation flowed easily, naturally, like two people finally allowed to speak freely. After a pause, Emily took a breath. "I hope this isn't inappropriate," she said carefully, "but since you're no longer my patient, would you like to grab a coffee sometime?" My heart pounded. "I'd really like that," I said. Coffee turned into long walks. Walks turned into dinners. Dinners turned into shared laughter and quiet moments where words weren't needed. Emily was thoughtful, kind, and unexpectedly shy. She told me about the pressure of being a doctor, the loneliness that sometimes came with responsibility, and how meeting me again felt like a second chance. I waited, she admitted one night as we sat by the river. "I didn't want to cross any lines. Ethics matter to me." "I know," I said softly. "That's why this feels safe." She reached for my hand, hesitating just enough to ask permission with her eyes. I nodded. Her touch was gentle, like everything else about her. The first time she kissed me, it wasn't rushed. It was slow and careful, filled with emotion rather than urgency. It felt like healing, not from injury, but from loneliness. "I didn't expect this," she whispered against my forehead. "Me neither," I smiled, "but I'm glad it's you." Months later, we sat on my couch, wrapped in a shared blanket, rain tapping softly against the windows. Emily rested her head on my shoulder. "Funny how life works," she said. "We met in a place of pain, and found love afterward," I replied. She smiled. "The best kind of ending." I realized then that love doesn't always